Hello, everyone. Good evening, good
Hello.
morning, good afternoon, wherever you are joining us from. You should know that anywhere you hear this sound, it is Mind Your Character o'clock. Yeah, you are welcome, everybody. This is Mind Your Character with Bosede Olusola-Obasa, the show that will never leave you the same. So this is the show where you are going to learn, unlearn, and relearn everything. So last week we were trying to do something. We were trying to start a series last week, but because of our technical issue, we couldn't do it. So we are back again with this amazing show, with this amazing series. So by the way, I know I say that Smile the Character with Bosede Olusola-Obasa, but you are not seeing the face. So you don't have to be scared. You are still on the same show. So I am Debbie Olafemion. So and I have my guest with us, my colleague actually, Rilaman Stephen Oluyemi. Hi.
Hi.
So they are here
How you
to join me on
doing? Good
this
to be
show.
here.
And like I was saying last week, I said that we want to start a particular series titled Because of Her. And I was saying last week that being the month of August, and of course our delectable host, Bosede Olusola-Obasa, this is a month. So she clocked 50 in August 2nd. And we are hosting this show in her honor to celebrate her and to tell the people who she really is. I know that some people that they don't really know her. So we are here to let the cat out of the bag, if you know what I mean. So my colleagues are here, and this show is going to run through the month of August. So maybe next week you might not see this face, you might see another face, but for today we are here and we are going. I'm very sure that we are going to enjoy this show. Right. So I have I have my amazing colleague here, like I said, and the way we are going to do this show today is that I have some questions that I'm going to ask them, and please know that these questions, they've not seen this question before. I am the only one who know the question. I know what I said, and it is unscripted, so that it will come as raw as you can imagine. Do you get? Like I said, we are here to celebrate Mr. Basha, and there are a lot of sides to her that you might not know out there, but we working with her, we know some things. Okay, what is she like? What, in fact, what was our first impression when we joined RCB team? So that is why we are here today, to let the cats out of the bag. So I have 40 questions for Rilaman and Oluyemi. I don't know what is wrong with Oluyemi's network. So if you can hear me, just let me know. But because of our time, I'm going to, like I said, I have about 40 questions here. You are going to pick one question, the question there. You will tell me you will explain that some places, in fact, a lot of them you are going to explain. I think that is the fun of this show. I'm going to hand it over to you. So like I said, I have 1 to 14 questions. So Rilaman, let's go. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay,
So
pick your question.
I will start out with number one, definitely. Number one.
Okay, starting from number 1. All right. Let's go back in time. That is your question. Just be patient. Let's go back in time. What's your first impression of Mrs. Obasa? Okay, you joined RCB when? That should be a few months ago. So who was your first impression of her? And yes, I know that coming to RCB was not the first time of knowing her. So okay, let's say that overall, either in RCB or outside RCB, maybe before you joined RCB, what was your first impression of her?
All right. So my name is Daniel Ife Joshua, and my first experience with Mrs. Obasa was a very amazing one. I might not be able to
Mm-hmm.
define the specifics of the first day that we met, but there were things that stood out to her personality. Yes. The first thing that was quick to be noticed was the fact that she sees herself like equal with everyone else. She is quick to
Yeah.
do things for people. She's not one of those that fold her hands when there's something that has to be done. Not like some other grown ups in court that would say, okay, you do this, you do this. She will tell you do this by actually really doing it. So she's not somebody to just fold her hands when things are there to be done. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, this looks like something that I like. It looks similar to something that I always did also growing up.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is actually a good thing. So it was one of the things that drew my attention to, and I was like, okay, I would really like to observe this person more and get to know more. And the more I knew her, the more it kept looking like almost she was not faking this, Man, so this is who she is. It's
Mm-hmm.
not a thing of trying to pretend or trying to please people or trying. That's just who she is. She loves to help people. She loves to get involved in the work. If anything must be productive and she's around. In fact, the times when she's not physically there to do it, you can see her checking up time to time, giving suggestions that can
Yeah.
bring the idea to life. And she's just an amazing, amazing person. So that's what I would say.
That's great. Funny enough, that was my first impression as well because I joined RCV in 2022 February. So the first, okay, when I actually came for my cheat chat, what people call interview, at times we will call it cheat chat, so that it will sound like okay, it will make people to relax. There is this tension. I'm going for an interview. I'm going for an interview, but at RCV, just for you to be relaxed, we call it cheat chat. So the day I came, I was seeing this woman like arranging chairs. I'll be like, okay, wow, what is going on here? That kind of thing that's okay. You've had a lot of okay, because you are a boss, you just sit down somewhere, just cross your legs, you understand that. So when I saw someone of a caliber doing all these things, I was just talking to myself at that point that's okay, definitely there is someone that because I can be like that too. So, but I always feel like maybe people will look down on me, that kind of, the environment that we are. Like you are doing
Yeah.
some things, maybe like serving people in quotes. So it will get to a point that people will start looking down on you that or feeling entitled to that thing that's okay. Someone is coming, she will do it, blah blah blah, that kind of, but seeing her doing all things. So she unknowingly to her, she was preaching to me that Debbie, you are doing the right thing. Don't let anything discourage you. Something like that. So welcome back, Stephen Oluyemi. I was saying the other time that I have 14
Yeah,
questions
thank you.
here. So you are going to pick one question. I
Okay.
will read out the question there, then you will answer. You can explain, feel free to explain, because of course, we need that explanation to tell the world who Mrs. Obasa really is. So we need to let the cat out of the bag, like the statement I'll be mentioning. A lot of people might not really know her. Of course, they might know the professional aspect of her, but there are some things that it's for people that are close to her that will know that part, of course. So Lilama has picked number one, which we just discussed. So you have question 2 to 14. Pick your number.
Okay, so I love Ronaldo CR7, so let's go for 7.
Can you imagine? Okay, question 7. All right, I love this question. What's that thing she does that's not common in the workplace? What is that thing she does that is not common in the workplace?
All right. So I love this question. I mean, CR7 really disappoints. The guy to Sabi. So there was a day. I think I shared a line of this in the magazine. I shared it in the magazine that we did for our 50th birthday and the relaunch of RCB brand. So there was a day we went to an event. I accompanied her as the media aide alongside Miss Shonde, that's Ian, another team member. So when we got in, started teaching the session, was I taking pictures or I was taking the quotes or something? Then as soon as she started her session, she just said, um, just like one of my colleagues mentioned earlier, and what she said that the colleague said was what I said. So I was wondering who is the colleague? I don't get. So I was like, wait a minute, calm down first. And that really taught me something about, yeah, it taught me something about leadership. That Mr. Obasa is somebody that in Yoruba they say Kowale Ayemaya. She doesn't take things too seriously. All right. She believes that you are a leader. And
She
she
doesn't
does not
type the
see
whole
you as
word in
somebody
her
who is
chest.
working
Literally.
exactly. Exactly. So this is our philosophy from what I've observed. She doesn't see you as somebody who is working for her. It sees you as somebody who's working with her to achieve his goal. All right. So
Yeah.
in RCV, if you work
Yeah.
here, you're not working for this, you're working with her. Because the truth is, in the long run, you're developing yourself. I mean, one thing she did that day was a surgery in my mind. If there was any outer of selfishness, because any outer of boss in my body, you must have disappeared that minute, because I saw what servant leadership is in real time. So to answer the question of what she does that is not place is the leveling ground. She knows how to balance, keeping everybody this instruction, okay, do this, do that, and she knows how to balance it in a place whereby you are free to express your creativity, you're free to express your personal what's it called now, your personal innovation. You're able to have your own space. You go to some places and then you're scared of the CEO. You are shaking. You get. So she has been able to crack that code between leading and influencing. All right. You influencing is when you command respect without forcing it. So she's been able to do that, and I think
Mm-hmm.
it's something
Yeah.
every CEO buys. Ensure that you hold up your people, because in the long run, I found out something that if you build people, you build your company. Most people focus on building their company and they ignore their employees, right? They try to, lord over them, and you're going to be grounded. So Mr. Basa's leadership style, especially in the workplace, is an emulatable one, and every leader who wants to lead sustainably should follow that
Yeah.
example. Thank you so much, Miss Debbie. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I have something to say to that. There was this particular time that she and two guys from the team, they followed her for an event. So one of the people out there, they were not like, okay, they were asking her, where are your boys? Do you get that? Where are your boys?
Yeah.
Mr. Obasa had to say that my boys, they are not my boys, so they are my colleague. That kind of things. I think that somebody that is not conscious be like, okay, they are somewhere there unconsciously. Do you get? So I think she has learned, like she has imbibed that character into her. So she has allowed that character to settle in. That even consciously or not consciously. Do you know that? Do you know that when I came to RCV, whenever I wanted to collect a bag, maybe she's going out or she's coming into the office, I'll try to collect her bag. from her. She'll be like, no, 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 you're already carrying one now. Why you already carrying? You know, that kind of thing. It's just, I would just say that that's humility. That's humility. So thank you so much for mentioning that. Lila man, back to you. So you have
Number
question
14.
2, 14. Wow, you are doing first and last. Are you
You
trying to take
understand
the
the concept.
position of Jesus? You cannot.
I'm
Okay,
Christ-like.
question
I'm Christ-like.
14. Listen to this question no, carefully. The question is, if she wasn't your team lead, what's one reason you would still want to be around her? I will take the question again. If she wasn't your team lead, what's one reason you would still want to be around her?
What's one reason? So, in summary, I would just say that apply somebody that exudes good energy at all times,
Mm,
like good energy. You can barely be around her and not feel good about yourself. Even if you don't know how to navigate what, even if you both don't know how to navigate what, she's someone that somehow finds a way around bringing both of you to the place where even if you are not able to solve the problem instantly, you are definitely going to be on the trajectory towards creating a solution for that thing. So the good energy around her is something that any reasonable human would always want to
mm-hmm,
stay with. And it's one of the things that I know that whether she's my team lead or not, like you said, I'd known her before I came to RCV. And it's just one of the things that I like about that person. She is someone that is very true to herself. She doesn't do
mm-hmm.
things because that's what everybody is doing. She doesn't do things
Yeah.
because there's something she wants to benefit from you as a human. She's doing it because she knows it is
Mm-hmm.
what to do and it is what is expected of her as a value adding citizen of the earth, as I say it to her and as she
Yeah.
calls herself also. So, as a value adding person, I think that's one of the things that I would really like about her if she was not my boss. I know that constantly there will be good energy. Like it will keep you on your feet, it will keep you to give you words that are not necessarily saying, guy, don't do this. But
Mm-hmm.
literally she's saying, don't do this. She'll tell you things that are literally saying, do this. That are not
Mm-hmm.
literally saying, do this. But somehow it is still telling you, do this. So she just has a way of letting off this good energy anytime that she's around.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Thank you so much. That is so true. That is so true. That is so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So over to you, Stephen Oluyemi. Pick your number.
Okay, so Jesus asked of the disciples, verse 12.
Okay. Question question 12. Okay, listen to this. How has
yeah,
she
following me now.
contributed to your personal life beyond work values? Okay, let me take that again. How has she contributed to your personal life beyond work? That is maybe in values, in relationship, confidence, or direction. So, how has
Uh-huh.
she contributed to your personal life beyond work?
Okay,
Uh-huh.
I personally, when we chat on WhatsApp, I call her mommy in the WhatsApp thread because for me, I think let me put it this way: work work is just an excuse to be around her. I think I should just say that
Yeah.
if you understand what that means. So let me do a little let me do a little throwback to how we connected. I finished NYC last year November. I think around November 14 or thereabout. So I got back and I was at home just trying to get back from, so I will not collect Alawi again. I was still thinking about that, like, so what do I do now? So then I knew there was more to life and I was not just having that, there was no strong clarity around it. But I knew there was something I need to do. And before then, I was already doing a number of stuff, but there was no cohesion. So I was at home, and in my usual manner of looking for events, I scout for events to attend. So I just checked. I think I was supposed to attend two events, but I looked at it. I'm like, Ogbeda is close to Ogun State, not really far. Let me just check. So I look for normally when I go for events, I look at the lineup of speakers. So I didn't know anybody there except for I think Mr. Lawrence he was on the flyer, then she, then Akin and one or two other persons. I think this man was there
Yeah.
too. Um, yeah,
Niyi
what's his
Adesonya.
name? Nee.
Niyi Adesonya.
I think Nee Ayetuso Adeson. Yeah, I think it was also there. The title of the
Yeah.
event was Leadership Leverage or something. And so I came for that event, and as I was about to step in, I saw our daughters who were now closer now. I mean, they were smiling. I'm like, who are these ones? So they were smiling, and I bought books before I entered. Two of our books, no, four of our books, and I think they cost me around is it 7,000 naira that day. Before I entered the hall, I bought four of our books and I entered. So I sat down and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? It was our session. Let's get on stage, and she was, my God. I'm like, okay, okay, this is what we're talking about. She was talking about values, talking about children, talking about family, talking about nation at the same time, and I'm like, this is looking like what I am doing. That I need lights on this thing. You don't tell me by what's going on. So after the event, long story short, I went to meet her and I'm like, Ma, I love your session. In fact, there was one big pillar that was blocking where I was sitting. I was stretching my neck that I must see this person say. I was stretching my neck like this. So, all of that happened. After the event, I went to ask her that does she, because I was reading, what's it called now? Um, what's this thing called? The back of the book I bought about the book. So I saw how she did character. So I think that was the first shocking thing about meeting her. So I'm like, wait a minute. Are you telling me that you are, it wasn't making sense to me. You have a company, you are teaching people character, you are teaching people behavior, how to behave well. Make it make sense now. Like, what we know as company is people are producing soap, they're doing shoe, they're making clothes. Yeah, I mean, who
They are
teaches people how to
producing character.
act of leadership, right? I know people
We teach character for a living.
you get.
Producing character.
So I think this one, I mean, let's even talk about let's talk about personal development. Okay? People talk about leadership coach, but character. So that was like the epiphany. That was like the light. Bam, somebody's doing this thing. That means it's possible. Then I made my research. I found out that she was going to be turning 50 that year. I also found out that the company will be turning 10. So I'm like, doing something here. So, that was how we connected. So she said I should send my email. I should send an email that when the company resumes in January, if there's an opening, they reach out. And, I joined in January, ending of January, and it's been amazing. So to answer the question, how has she influenced me beyond work? Number one is mindset. She has shifted my leadership character because if you're doing this business, the first deal with yourself. I mean, you can't be teaching customer service after it's bad. So, someone like me, I have a lot of weaknesses that I'm working on, especially before I came. Impatience, I was not really the patient person. Once you're like, I move, but I have to learn these things. And it was practical. Do you remember the first event we had in the year, aside from self worth, the customer service game plan? Remember that boot camp, that
Oluyemi, go
workshop?
straight to the point. I have to answer too. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So after that session that day, we I was pranking her, so I kind of collaborated with you. Like, let's thank her that we have lost the recordings of the video of that day. So I just looked at her and say, "Ma'am, we have lost. We cannot find it again." Then I was looking at her,
I
and
remember that
honestly,
day.
trust me, real man, there was no single flint on her face. She was like, all she was asking was, "Ah, how did you do it? What happened?" In my mind, I'm like, I was expecting something like, eh? Hmm, hey, what happened? There
You
was
lost
nothing like that.
yours. You
So
have just lost your job.
the composure, you see, that composure. I think the camera was literally on. I was holding a camera, capture a reaction. There was no flinch. The composure was a masterclass for me. Like when you hear bad news or things that should upset you, how you can remain calm. Ha, that was a masterclass. So a lot of things, and I think that will just be the highlight. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much for the long explanation and long talk. So there is a comment here for me. The comment is, Debbie, answer questions too now. So I'm going to answer the question, but this is how we are going to do it so that you will not say that I pick the easiest question. So Rilama, you are going to pick a question for me and I will answer.
Could I ask you a question that is not on the list of questions?
No, no. Okay, you can. You can.
Because you will likely be prepared for the ones on your list.
Okay, you can.
Okay, so given the personality of Mrs. Obasa, wait for it. Do you think she's
Okay.
do you think Mrs. Obasa is a softie when it comes to leadership? Do you think she's somebody that is just because she's a softie, that's why she's just the way she is? Or do you think she's a stern person when she needs to be? Do you think she's a combination of both? What
You see, I first laugh. I first laugh. See, I have done 3 years plus at RCB, and I can tell you that she is not a soft. In fact, she is the combination of fair and firm, fairness and firmness. Like when she needs to calm down, because of course, being a leader is a lot. You have to have emotional intelligence. At the same time, you need to stand your ground. We have different types of leadership. We have servant leadership, we have democratic leadership, all kind of leadership. So to your question, it's not because she's a softie. It's just like she's just being balanced. She's a balanced leader. So that is the answer I'll give to it. She's a balance. When it's time for her to be fair, she will be fair. When it's time for her to be fair, she'll be fair. Okay, maybe you've not experienced where Mrs. Obasa has really like you see I'm laughing, yeah? Where Mrs. Obasa said
Remember
that.
that Monday?
And I think
Came to the office.
what did he say? What did he say?
I said, remember that Monday? That Monday now that all of us were doing anyhow. That she gave us all of us. We will not. We're not. Nobody touched what we said that day.
See,
Yeah.
that is the answer I would just it's not because she's a soft you. Of course, she's someone that gives people soft landing. Yeah. And I don't see it as because okay, maybe
Yeah.
she's weak or she's a softie like you call it. So no, she's the combination of fairness and firmness. When it's time for her to give you bass, you will receive it. When it's time for her to calm down and then make everywhere smooth, she will do it. And I think that is the best way to do leadership. Balanced leadership. That's who she is. So that's the answer. All right, this is 5:32. We cannot finish this question, of course. We can never finish this question in one series. So we'll continue from where we stopped today. We are going to continue. You are going to see my face and probably another faces from my guy's face. So, but of course, you are going to still see my face here next week. So expect to see more of me. by fire by force, you are going to like this face.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining this show. Thank you, Rilama. Thank you, Stephen
And
Oluyemi, for
lastly,
joining
guys,
this show. It's so amazing to have you. It's amazing to have you guys here. And thank you so much, Mrs. Obasa. We are seeing the mood of celebrating you. Of course, Mrs. Obasa is enjoying her leave. So if you have any gifts to give to her, maybe for her birthday, because of course we are still in August. So if you are sending the gifts, I'm a PA at this moment. I'm a PA. So you can send the gift through me. Trust me, I'm going to deliver your message. I'm going to deliver your message to her. So happy birthday to you once again, Mrs. Bosede Esther Olusola-Obasa. 50 years is just looking like the 50 is looking fabulous. So
Baby girl,
thank you so much, everyone. And I believe that we are going to see next week, like I said. And don't forget, this is Mind the Character with Bosede Olusola-Obasa, the show that will never leave you the same way. So this is the show that you are going to learn, and we are still in business of training, consulting. You want to write book, media solutions, call us in. Our Facebook is RCB Character, Instagram RCB Character. You can contact us in any of these platform, and we are going to drop our number maybe on the comment section so that you can reach us as you are seeing this video. You just see the number, you can click in to do business with us. And trust me, if you do business with RCB, your life will never remain the same again. Okay, good night and enjoy the rest of your day and have a very fun weekend. If you are going to Owambe, bring my own rice, so bring my own jollof rice. I like rice, okay? Thank you so much.
And
bye.
Remember to mind your character.
Exactly. Remember to mind your character. Very, very important. Thank you.
Yeah.
As you are going, continue to enjoy this music. Remember that anywhere you hear this music, it is Mind Your Character o'clock. So I will use this sound to tell you goodbye and see you next week.
Mind the character.